Good evening. This is Pinehurst Mayor John Strickland. It is 6 p.m. on February 10th, 2021, and I'm calling to order a continuation of the Council's February 9th regular meeting, at which time a hearing was conducted to receive facts and public comments regarding Pinehurst Ordinance 21-03, an ordinance which would adopt a moratorium on development in focus areas 2 and 4 as described in the 2019 comprehensive plan. Is there a motion to reconvene the regular meeting of February 9th?
I move to reconvene the regular meeting.
Motion by Judy Davis to reconvene the regular meeting. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Jane Hoagland. All in favor say aye.
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 Are there any opposed? Hearing none opposed, the motion carries unanimously. I would first like to call on the clerk to see if there have been any public comments received, and if so, to read those.
We only received one comment, and that was from Kay Pearson. It was to address to the Village of Pinehurst Council members. I wish to give my full support of the proposed temporary moratorium for development in the 2 identified focus areas of the present long-range comprehensive plan, and I applaud your efforts going forward. Sincerely, Kay Pearson.
Thank you, Beth. So that's the only additional comment we've received since last evening then.
Yes, sir.
And is there anyone in Village Hall who wishes to speak on this, to the council on this issue?
No, there's not.
All right. Is there any further discussion among council among the proposed amendment, proposed ordinance 21-03?
I had one question.
Mhm.
Does the original 9-month period, is that long enough to cover not only the completion of the consultant's report, but also the notice periods and then public hearings before the Planning and Zoning Board and the council in order to adopt any recommended text or map amendments to the comprehensive plan stemming from the consultant's work? Is it long enough to cover all of that, or should we think about a longer period?
My impression from Darren last night was that it was long enough, but I think Jeff can comment further on that, or Darren.
Well, I guess we're anticipating that deliverable coming about hopefully July, early July. So that would set up that process for us to have the meetings, the public process. So it really will be how long is it going to take us to go through and review those? I think we can do it in the time frame necessary, but it's how long will it take us to actually go through the reviews, and that's going to be part of that public process. Once it hits Planning and Zoning Board and I don't know how long that's going to take.
Darren, I think it's fair to summarize that by saying we think that it's enough time. There's a chance that it might not, depending on the level of discussion you have about the results. But certainly, if it needs to be extended, the statutory provisions for extension would cover that.
That's a shorter and better answer. Thank you, Jeff.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
Good question.
Any questions, Lydia, from you?
No, John, thank you.
Kevin?
No, I do not. I had a
Judy?
I think that was a good question Jane had. And I was also pleased to see that really it's just a handful of current developments that are ongoing that, can continue to progress during this moratorium. Maybe just one project that we know of right now, it could be held up, but it sounds like they're having some forming issues as well. So it feels good that we're not materially or adversely impacting people.
Yes, and I think the discussion we had last night and in the past on this, and conversations that I'm sure many of us have had with citizens and interested parties, confirms the fact that these are moratoriums on just 2 specific areas. It's not a broad moratorium across Pinehurst. And with the exceptions as shown in the staff report and in the ordinance, I think we've given plenty of leeway to those people and developers who are already underway in these two areas. And I know the staff will be considerate of that, but also live by the ordinance and bring any questions back to council as we proceed in this timeframe. Are there any other questions or comments then on this extension of the meeting?
John, I'd also like to point out that we haven't gotten any adverse public comment.
I think that's true. I think some of us have been contacted by people who had some concerns, and I know that I think we've done a good job of mitigating that by explaining what was really happening.
But
Is there
nothing
someone
last
else?
night, nothing
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I think someone else was trying to speak, and just Lydia.
Yeah, there was echo, I think.
Okay, fine.
I would
Hearing
just
no-
say, I would say, I hope that one person impacted is at the front of the line when this thing is over. Darren? You know,
We had a conversation with one party that we know that was impacted today. So we had a very long conversation with them, trying to find some alternatives. So we will continue to work with people who are
Yeah.
impacted.
yeah, work can still go on even though the final process can't occur. So I'd hope. Thank you.
Okay. Hearing no other questions, is there a motion to approve ordinance 21-03?
Yes, I move to approve ordinance 21-03, adopting a moratorium on real estate development activity in specific geographic areas within the Village of Pinehurst and the Village of Pinehurst extraterritorial jurisdiction.
There's a motion by Judy Davis to adopt and approve ordinance 21-03. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion by Judy Davis, second by Lydia Bosch. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. The ordinance is adopted. Is there any other business, Jeff, to come before the meeting?
Unless there's something that one of you that wants to bring up now.
I have nothing. Anyone else? We know we'll have some phone activity over the next 24 hours leading up to the small area plans tomorrow night and in the future. All right, I see no other business then. Is there a motion to adjourn this regular meeting?
I move to adjourn the regular meeting.
Motion by Judy Davis. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Kevin Drum. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much for your